I, Bulcha, from the nation of charismatic nerds, formally declare war on self-improvement YouTube. The treachery of self-improvement YouTube has gone far too long. Giving people advice that makes them feel better, but does not make them better. For years, the nation of the charismatic nerd has sat idly by. This will no longer be the case. We will fight, and we will win. May God bless us all. I kid. No bloodshed is going to occur. Yet. If you haven't figured it out yet, my name is Bulcha, and I have a problem with self-improvement, personal development, and other similar content on YouTube. Now, some of you are gonna ask, hey Bulcha, don't you create self-improvement content? Yes I do. And a lot of them are shitty. You see, after going through therapy, reorienting my life, and reading deeper psychology books, I was able to figure out why I didn't improve in the past. Even after consuming countless videos, books, talks on self-improvement, nothing really improved. My dating life didn't get any better, there wasn't full self-acceptance, and my passion projects didn't go that far. And even though I knew all the good tactics and great habits, I would still stumble and quit. Now, some will say I didn't have the will or the discipline and yada yada. Sure, but even if I had all that, life wouldn't be enjoyable. I would be slaving away towards a goal, and once I reached it, I'd be doing it all over again. Following that path, I personally knew I was not going to be happy, even if I reached all my goals. However, after some trial and errors and some paradigm shifts, I've been able to make a lot more progress and also enjoy it all in the meantime. And I want you to do the same. But before we go off on the deep end, I want to talk about the specific problems I have with self-improvement YouTube, so you can forge your own unique self-improvement journey that works for you. Alright, let's get into the first problem I have with self-improvement YouTube. The first one is rarely talking about death. Death is such a weird topic to talk about, and it seems like only philosophical channels like the Academy of Ideas really talks about it. But self-improvement YouTube doesn't really talk about death. In fact, they'll talk about a million other things to improve your life, but rarely death. Yet, you have to realize that all the advice out there is really useless when you don't accept your own mortality. Just listen to me. You're going to feel overwhelmed trying to implement all the tactics, systems, and hacks in your life. You will feel like you're never doing enough, which is going to make you feel worse about yourself, since Guru X said you need to do this to be successful, but you just don't have the willpower to be consistent. However, when you embrace the fact that you are going to die, and I mean really embrace it, where you imagine your last few seconds of life, where 1 second you're alive, and then the next, dead. With death in the back of your head, you're going to have some natural urgency in your life. You're going to want to chase your goals, you're going to want the good things of life, and you want to experience all the glory that you can get in your short time on earth. Whether that's taking more chance with women, starting that business, or standing up to a toxic friend. With every second of your life passing, you're gonna want to do the things that you want. Friedrich Nietzsche, that crazy son of a gun, he thought he was gonna die young, just like his father. So, because of that natural urgency, he wrote a shit ton of books. As you can see, Nietzsche had that natural urgency to live and produce. And you're gonna feel the same thing once you really embrace your mortality. Another great thing that happens when we embrace our death is the fact that we're going to be more in the present. And for whatever reason, if you don't believe me, let me show you this passage from the book Philosophy as a Way of Life by Pierre Hadot. For the Stoics, as for the Epicureans, it is the imminence of death which gives the present instant its value. We must carry out each action of our lives as if it were the last. This is the secret of concentration on the present moment. We are to give it all its seriousness, value, and splendor in order to show up the vanity of all that we pursue with so much worry, all of which, in the end, will be taken away from us by death. With death, you'll have this newfound urge to live more and be in the present. In fact, the future and all the petty worries you can think of will seem insignificant when you realize that you can die at any moment. You guys getting my drift about death now? You see, the problem with all these self-improvement channels and modern man in general is the fact that we don't embrace or even talk about our own death. In fact, we're more like Reese from Malcolm in the Middle and think that we're never going to die. And if you don't believe me, just take a look at the actions of modern man. With procrastination or saying that we'll do it tomorrow, what we're actually saying is that we're guaranteed more time to do the things that we want. And if there's anything you've learned by now, that there is no guarantee you're going to live the next moment. So embrace death and live right now. You're going to have the urgency to do things that you want and accomplish the things that you want. Alright, that's it for death. I'll stop being emo, guys, I swear. So, the other problem I have with self-improvement YouTube is the fact that a lot of channels don't talk about enjoying the process more than the goals. I don't know about you, but whenever I tried all the advice I would get from, these self-improvement YouTube channels or books, I quickly got overwhelmed since it was pretty tough to implement them all. The process wasn't fun since I was trying to copy, these hacks, templates, or systems. And each time that I tried, I would burn and crash. For example, I tried journaling for years. So many times I tried and failed, tried and failed. It didn't matter what method I tried. It just never worked out for me. That is until I stopped following others and did some thinking on how I would enjoy journaling. So what I did to enjoy journaling more was to create a combination of a bullet journal, a diary, tracking my expenses, and writing down my favorite passages from books. By making this book a necessity for me to carry around, it made it more likely that I was going to journal. If I had problems and needed to figure it out, I would write it down in my journal. If I needed to check my upcoming schedule, again, I would look into my journal. Or if I needed some inspiration, I would go into my journal and read some quotes. You see, I found a way to enjoy carrying around my journal and also enjoy writing in it. By enjoying the process, I was able to journal more in the past year than I have in the past 5 years combined. Another thing that I want to touch upon in this video is how the great things in life are actually byproducts of the process. With a lot of YouTube channels, they say to do X and you'll get Y. But when all you care about is the goal and not the process, this is going to force you to require more and more on your willpower, which is obviously going to make the process less fun, and that's going to cause you to quit in the long run. Don't focus on goals. Focus on enjoying the process, and you're going to get a lot of surprising byproducts as a result. Instead of me preaching, let's look at some examples. When you learn to enjoy being social, this is going to lead to more dating opportunities, networking opportunities, and an overall fun life. Or if you find a fitness activity that you enjoy, this is going to lead you to becoming more healthy, to looking more attractive, and just being a little more interesting in general. Or if you like war and conquering foreign lands, then this will lead to riches and revered domination of the ancient world. You getting the idea? And guys, remember, everybody is different. So no advice that you watch or read is ever going to have the perfect answer for you. Nassim Taleb has a perfect aphorism for why you shouldn't be studying gurus. And I think this relates to copying your favorite self-improvement YouTube channels. Studying the work and intellectual habits of a genius to learn from him is like studying the garb of a chef to emulate his cooking. So stop caring what your favorite self-improvement YouTube channel tells you to do and forge your own unique self-improvement journey. Find the process that you enjoy and let death give you that urgency. Those two things alone will get you a lot farther. And guys, if you just take that from my video, you're going to naturally stop watching self-improvement videos. In fact, you're going to put more effort into living and creating a life that you're going to enjoy. Life is simple. It's people who complicate it. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thanks again for watching. I'm pretty sure this is a long video, but thank you for watching. Please show me some love. Don't forget to like this video, comment, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my email list, and guys, remember, you're not just any type of nerd. You're a charismatic nerd.